$250 million, $250 million. That's money stolen from us, stolen from you, stolen from taxpayers. So technically, we're all victims here. But the real tragedy, cheating hungry children in need during the peak of a pandemic.
In March 2020, early in the pandemic, a small group of people in Minnesota had an idea and saw an opportunity.
And that opportunity, according to federal prosecutors, was for the nonprofit organization Feeding Our Future and its founder Amy Bach to exploit the U.S. government's new rules for child nutrition programs when COVID shut down schools and sent everyone home.
As alleged in these indictments, over a short period of time, these 47 defendants engaged in a brazen scheme of staggering proportions.
Here's how it all allegedly went down. The U.S. Department of Agriculture sending money to each state to pay for those nutrition programs. The state then working with select nonprofit organizations called sponsors, which do the dirty work of connecting food service providers with those schools, daycares, and youth programs. Feeding Our Future, one of those sponsors. And in 2019, it dispersed about $3.5 million to daycares and after-school programs for those meals. But by 2021, the receipts skyrocketing to more than $200 million. How'd they get it? Those new rules loosening restrictions on who can make food and eliminating the on-site visits by regulators. Feeding Our Future, thus, allegedly recruiting all kinds of restaurants and catering companies, which then submitted fake receipts and fake invoices for up to 125 million fake meals.
47 defendants are a lot of defendants.
Erica MacDonald is a former U.S. attorney from Minnesota who served during the onset of the pandemic.
This alleged scheme took advantage of the fact that there were loosened restrictions. Loosened because we had to get large amounts of money out, loosened because people were confined to their homes, loosened because we were all sheltering in place. I mean, there was a wide variety of considerations that went into place for every agency in determining what business as usual looks like during the course of a pandemic.
All told, the defendants allegedly collecting up to $250 million, and they apparently enjoyed spending it. $30,000 at a jewelry store in Dubai, $114K on a Cadillac Escalade, and more than $1.1 million to buy this house in Plymouth, among many other purchases. Prosecutors today signaling there is more to come in this case. MacDonald thinking prosecutors will soon uncover lots more across the country.
Typically when you discover a fraud, it's like an iceberg, and you discover the tip of the iceberg, and what lies beneath is much greater and more vast than you can possibly understand at first.
Some of the defendants, including Amy Bach, making their first court appearances on Tuesday, but according to prosecutors, they even conceded that some defendants of those 47, they've already fled the country. Jonah Kaplan, WCCO 4 News.